that we're live. We are almost on time, so
we're only 2 minutes late.
Yeah.
Woo!
So give me
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
So give me just a few moments, and I will get us on that screen. Just talk to the camera.
Oh, because we're live, we just can't see.
We're used to seeing ourselves, but we can't see ourselves, so now we have
That's
to.
kind of nice, though.
Now we have to look at the camera.
I'm kind of okay not seeing ourselves, actually.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah,
it feels like there's no audience. Like, I don't know. Hi.
It's true. It feels like
Happy
nobody's
Friday.
out there. It is Friday Live.
And
Who's with us this week?
Who are you? What are you camping in? Where are you going? Any trips planned? Where are you from? Where are you watching from? Mm-hmm. You know, nice little
All the things.
opener questions.
All the things.
Before we start talking about our topic today, which is, who knows?
I was going to say, wait, we have a topic? Whoa.
We try really hard to come up with topics, and then we push the go live button, and we're like, yeah, let's just scrap that. So.
Yeah. Well, it's just been so busy.
Yeah, it's
Why
hard
has it
to,
been so busy? What are we doing that keeps us so busy?
It's hard
Is
to
it
be
just summer?
an idea factory when things just.
Oh, all right. So we're getting a few people. So Eli White coming in from
Hi,
Tampa, and
Hi, Eli.
Margaret from Houston. Howdy, y'all.
Houston.
Yep. I am still connecting our big screen, so
So
my
I wonder
cohorts
if
can't see.
So
you
we don't
very
know where to
well.
look.
is Tampa and Houston just as hot as it is here? We were only
Yes.
106 yesterday.
I
Lindsay.
really don't want to talk about the
only
heat anymore.
106.
I just don't want to talk about the weather anymore.
You're just done.
I'm done talking about
I
the
wish
weather.
the
It's
weather was
hot.
done.
It's summer. It's hot.
It's hot. It's super hot.
It was hot last year in summer too.
Yeah,
It'll be hot
but it
next
wasn't
summer.
this hot.
103 and 106 feel the same, by the way.
Yeah, but 111 doesn't.
Eh,
It
it's all
feels
hot.
like, ugh,
Brutal.
yes, oven.
Okay.
Definitely.
Still working on getting the big screen going, so sorry everybody if we don't know where to put our eyes. Usually we don't know what to do with our hands. Now we don't know what to do with our eyes as well.
Anything.
And I will try to, until I get the big screen going so they can see what's going on, I will try to pipe in with your comments and let you know, get your comments in there. Like Margaret says, we wanted a casita, but now thinking it's too small and don't know what I want.
Oh no, Margaret.
I do
So-
understand that, however, having been in some casitas and like trailers. And
that is because you're 6'4".
all right.
So casitas are difficult when you're 6'4".
Yes.
So what is it that you didn't like about the casita, other than it felt a bit tight? Was there anything else you didn't like? Because that would help you figure out maybe the next step.
I wonder if it's just space.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, if the configuration was good and you just wanted it a little longer, or more seating, or a bigger bathroom, or a larger refrigerator, or taller ceiling, I mean, it's exactly what is it that didn't work?
Corey Malcolm is here for another laugh,
Yep.
so
Welcome, Corey.
Hey, Corey.
that's for you, Corey.
Margaret, PMG.
OMG.
OMG.
OMG,
I was
what?
like, what is PMG?
OMG.
OMG.
Eli, it's in the 90s in the Floridas. Jen, hello from Montana. Welcome.
you win.
Montana.
All
Yes,
right.
you totally win.
Eli's getting the breeze off the Gulf. I love it. The breeze makes all the difference.
does.
Asheville.
Asheville. That's my
August
next place
5th.
I want to just visit.
Yes, it says 5-5. Oh, I just mistyped that. So, Asheville, George, sorry about that. I make
It's his
clerical
fault.
errors all the time. All the time. All right.
It was perfect, but too small.
Too small. Space. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Sean. How's it going, man?
Sean, you're like coming back into our lives. It makes me so
I know.
happy.
Hi, Sean.
Yep. Eli, just me and the puppy looking at a little guy in Minimax.
Minimax.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, maybe that's what Margaret needs to look at, like
Whoops.
a Max or a Tab 400.
Yeah, she says it has everything, just too small. I
Okay.
need lots of windows, but of course can't afford an airstream.
what about
What
a
about
soul?
a Soul with a big windshield?
Yeah.
Talk about
Or-
windows.
maybe a Lance 1575 has those big windows that open all the way around.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a
Let's
nice
see.
window unit
And
as
Nashville
well.
George says fat fingers. Just
Yeah.
clumsy. Little Guy Max. There's a vote for
Ooh,
Little Guy Max.
We got
Steve
some
Woods.
group I
Hello
love.
from Kansas City. Howdy.
Kansas
Good to have you,
City.
Kansas City. Kansas City. Here I come.
Blues
right?
and
Right?
barbecue.
Yeah, I would take some blues and barbecue right now.
But that's pretty much what they told us to do in Memphis too, is blues and barbecue. Delta Blues.
Let's see if I
So
got
yeah,
this
you just got back
weird.
from Memphis.
I did.
Got to see Graceland and Sun Records.
Yep.
And a big Bass Pro Shop.
Yes, and the pyramid.
We
the big
had-
pyramid
had to
where the
add it
Bass
to the
Pro
list.
Shop is. Yeah, that was cool. And hang out on Beale Street and drink a little bit of beer and hear some music and
Yeah.
so fun.
That was
So
just
fun.
we're getting out of here kind of trip, wasn't it?
That was just a long weekend. We didn't take the camper because then it takes a couple of days on the beginning and end, and we didn't have that. So we just flew out there, and flying these days, man, that is enough to make anybody want to buy a trailer.
Yeah.
Just
That's
saying.
Here we go. Jonathan Gomez
Crazy.
says, "Happy Friday. I'm in Los Angeles and I'm thinking of a teardrop. Any experience with a teardrop? Well, let me tell you, we have a little.
Lots of teardrop experience.
Yes, indeed. You've been selling teardrop format trailers for how long?
Since 2004, when the tab came out under the Dutchman name.
So that's Dutchman, pre-Little Guy, pre-New Camp, and all
Yep,
the other.
pre-Pleasant Valley,
Yeah.
all of that, pre-Thor, because Dutchman started with a tab, and then Dutchman was bought by Thor, so it was a Thor product. Thor actually discontinued it 2009, 2010. Pleasant Valley bought it, who now is New Camp. So
Yeah.
yeah. And I was so excited because right before they discontinued it, they came out with the one with the bathroom in it. I thought it was just spectacular.
Yeah.
And then it closed down. So I was really glad to see it come back again.
Yeah. So here's my thought on if you're thinking of a teardrop. It's still, even though my family has grown and whatnot, and I can haul a motorcycle in my current trailer and all, teardrop is still one of my favorite formats of camping if I'm going to be small, nimble, and not in a tent. So I really like it. And teardrops tend to be just sturdy, reliable trailers. I mean, there's not much going on, and they're robust and still lightweight. I can't really say anything bad about it. I love that format very, very much.
Well, and there's some cool choices now. You know, we carry everything from a bushwhacker, which is what I nicely term an entry level, and they know that's what they are, but they're more affordable. I mean, when the price gets cheaper, you can't have a handcrafted product, but you do get a teardrop style, the lightweight, the same space. Then you've got, New Camp. You've got the Little Guy products. Who else?
Well, yeah. So you have those, and then you have the off. So you got them. You got the bushwhackers. You have quite a few brands out there that are a little bit closer to boutique, and then you have the major off-road options. But
Yeah,
they're all
serious
very
off-road.
similar format that can do amazing things.
I bet I could put together a list of 25 trailers that are 1,500 pounds or less that you could buy right now. That was unheard of
Not
even
a long time.
5 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
But 10 years ago, yeah, there might have been 2 out there, but it was just not available. So, man, the world has changed.
Yep, indeed. Let me catch up on a few of these deals. Margaret says, I've been looking at the R-Pods, but no front window until 2020.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, that's true. That's true. And the R-Pods really started out being kind of a teardrop style in the smaller units, like the 171.
That's funny. Everyone
weighed like-
says as they started out teardrop styles, they always look more like jelly beans to me.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
yeah,
definitely
okay.
eggs.
They're more of a ta-da, more of a
Ta-da!
ta-da, if y'all know what a ta-da is.
They're a pill.
Yeah, a pill style, but yeah, then like they discontinued so many of their smaller ones that were like 2,000, 2,200 pounds, and now they're in the 3,000 to 3,500 pound range. But they built some beautiful trailers. They just moved a little more into the mainstream.
Right. They went a little bit more standard, which is kind of a bummer for me because I thought that they really held their own in the niche that they created.
Yes, well, they were all alone in that market for a long time.
Then you started getting Winnebago had a competitive product that showed up about 2 or 3 years ago and whatnot. But yeah, they just owned what the market they created.
They owned it. And you know, there's always somebody copying it. But what I loved about our pods in the old days is that every year they changed colors. I thought that was really fun. The first one looked like it was white with big like red and blue and yellow rings on the outside, big rings. So it looked like Olympic rings on the outside. And then they moved, I won't remember in order. And then one was blue. And then another one was, I don't know, they just keep changing. I can't remember.
I'm gonna jump into
got a lot of
more
comments
of
here.
these comments. Okay, Kansas City is jazz and barbecue. Still, I need to go. Looking,
No blues,
Definitely.
just jazz.
There was jazz too.
there's-
Well, I know, but
yeah.
he was correct. He
It's
was
jazzy
saying,
blues.
We can't let the comments go for this long, then we forget what
That's
we were
right, that's right,
talking
sure.
about.
Okay, so looking for a Sunray 5.0. I don't have
Ooh.
much experience with the Sunray products.
Well, Sunray is another semi-entry level product.
I thought it was a sailboat.
No, well, they're
That's a
Sunray's
Sunfish.
Probably.
Oh, sunfish.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and they're a newer company that started up. I'd have to think back when, but yeah, it's not a bad trailer. It is not the same high-end quality that you can find in some others, but nothing wrong with that product, and they have some really good layouts.
I'm going to jump over here. Hi, PJ. What's your? This is from Christian.
Hi, Christian.
And hi, PJ. What's your favorite 20-foot or less travel trailer?
Oh gosh, well, you know, I have lots of favorites.
Yeah, 20-foot or less, though.
Ready, go.
1575 Lance is a fave of mine.
It's a good one.
I have to say the Soul Horizon is a favorite. What else? I am.
What
I
does
am
Corey have in 20-foot or less?
I don't know.
Corey's watching.
Hi, Corey. What do you have in 20 foot or less?
Well, I'm going to have to scroll if he answers now.
But you know,
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of comments.
you'd have to go for one of the 19 footers, which is the box length. If you're looking for a total of 20 foot, you know, you got to go a little smaller.
Have you seen, I just saw the other day because I took pictures of it. Have you seen the new R-Pod? I think it's called 153.
I haven't seen it. I've
You
only
should go
seen
look at
on
it.
Paper.
It just arrived.
It actually is really cool. It has like a rear entrance, and it's kind of built out like the Airstream
Base
nest,
Base
Nest?
camp of the
nest, where it's kind of just a hallway, but I thought it looked really good and open
Right,
and
there's
nice
a
inside,
good
and it was
suggestion.
really little, but like didn't feel little. I was impressed by this new floor plan. I didn't think it was going to work, but it's kind of like the retro 135 with that rear entrance, but it's like
More open.
I like it better. Yeah.
Okay.
More open.
There you go. Good suggestions.
All right. S. Bennett, my daughter is doing New Camp 2022 or 2023 with a Tab 320S. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's getting a new
Getting.
Camp 22 or
Getting.
23 Tab 320.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that.
And the thing is, their updates are always, yes, they modernize the look a little bit, but they're always classy.
Yeah, well, and their interiors are right up there with Airstream. I mean, they may not be quite so modern, but they are just as good, just as well done, and that part stands out to me. I would have a Tab 320S.
Okay.
All day long. All day
Feelings
long.
about the ROG teardrop or the ROG teardrop? I don't know.
What? What's the question?
Feelings about the ROG teardrop. ROG teardrop.
It's cool. It's pricey, but it's
I'm
cool.
gonna have to look it up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'll inform them later, but I think it's a great product.
All right. How hard is it to put in a front window? Hard.
Ooh, yeah,
That's-
that's not something.
the framing in there, the cutting, the framing, they didn't design that front cap for a front window. So it would be a rebuild of the front cap just to frame it in for the front window.
Margaret,
Unsuggested.
you should look at the RPod 153. Maybe. I mean, I know there's
Does it have a lot of
window
windows?
over the bed, and then there's a window on each side. It's like the dinette like turns into your bed, but then there's also a little couch. So if you were camping in it by yourself, I would just leave the bed down and then just use the couch, the little table for everything else. Anyway, it's cute as heck.
Motorhome Specialist of Texas has a bushwhacker for $10,999. Well, there's quite a few different models, sizes of bushwhackers, and if it's what you want and it's available, our suggestion is go camping.
Yeah, the 10-foot bushwhacker is $10,995, and I think we have some sales like that as well. So, yeah, that's not an uncommon price for those guys.
Our deal is, yes, we love to help people and work with people and be your dealership. But by golly,
So, but anyway,
jump on something.
The bushwhacker, that is why it's a great entry-level camper, because it doesn't break the bank and it gets you started, and that's worth it.
Yep. All right, Asheville, George. Rustic Trail from here in North Carolina makes about 5 models of teardrops.
Rustic Trail.
Rustic
You heard of
Trail.
them?
Don't know Rustic Trail. That's why I said I could pull up 25.
There's
because
so
there's
many
so
now,
many
yeah.
people that make them themselves and sell direct.
Sure.
That
And you have these little splinters, people who've been in the industry going, you know what?
I'll just go make something.
Exactly, because they know enough. They've got enough skin in the game, time in the field, and all that. And everyone's like, no, I'm going to start this whole work from home, work from the road thing. So there's a very big shift in mindset and priorities, and I think that's creating some of these things.
Well, I also think that 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and 50 years ago even. You could buy kits online. You could buy plans online and build your own in your garage.
Well, remember the Sears plans?
Oh, absolutely. There is a ton of things
Popular
out
Mechanics
there.
and
Yes.
all that. Mm-hmm.
But even in later times, there's a ton of things like that. However, now that we have the internet, you can easily build in your garage and sell them. It's easy to do. So
these are cute.
that's
Which one is
very
that?
common.
The Rustic Trails?
Rustic Trail.
Yeah. Also,
super cute.
Ember, which we
Colorful.
have definitely heard of Ember.
I keep hearing everybody talk about Ember trailers.
Ember has an awesome lineup.
They do have an awesome lineup, and like I have told you guys, someday they're going to let us in and let us
We
sell
keep trying.
those.
Yeah.
If anybody has an
So
in
if you've got some pull,
at Ember
give them
Campers,
a call.
Yep.
wanna
Jonathan
sell 'em.
Gomez says, good tips and good choices. Thanks. James says, thank you, PJ.
Happy Friday. Hey, Nikki. They're in Louisiana right now.
Eat some good
Hey.
food. Eat some good food. All right. Margaret says, I'm looking at it right now.
Tell
Oh,
me what you think, Margaret. I think that Rustic Trails does only direct
We think-
sales.
yeah.
I just looked it up. It looks like
typical.
they are listed as an RV dealership.
Okay.
So they make them and then sell them.
Very common with teardrops. You'll find a lot of companies like
They
that.
make more money that way, I guess.
Yeah, and they only have a limited production that they
Yeah.
can make.
So they
So-
make them in the back, sell them in the front.
Yeah, so that's it makes
It's
it
the
simpler.
mullet model.
What? You guys, would you please comment on that? That was awful. That was awful.
That was pretty funny.
No.
I like it.
All right. Would you believe I've got to the bottom of the comments?
Oh no, they stopped talking
Feed
to us.
the monster.
Oh, goodness.
They're done talking to us.
Yeah. So
Any more questions about trailers? Who, show of hands, let me see your little hand emoji. Who is waiting for a new walkthrough video with PJ? Because everybody who's talking to us is on YouTube right now.
sure.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
let's just
Okay.
pressure on Clint.
Wait,
doesn't have
I'm not
enough.
PJ.
I know, but you make them.
Okay, so Margaret says, I just found a 2014 1575 Lance on RV Trader for $19,951.
Wow.
I would say check it out.
Yeah.
If you can find one that is slightly more expensive, maybe in the 20 to 25 range, that's a 2016, 2017. I might go a little bit higher in years if you could. The early ones did not have full insulation on the bottom because they
That's
were too
right.
lightweight. So if you can get a little newer on that model, it would be better.
Yeah, that might turn out to better camping stays in more locations. Steve
You
Wood,
got
you got
this.
this.
And with that 2015, be sure to check the roof on it if you buy a used one, because people abuse them. That was the only camper that Lance made for a long time that did not have a full walk-on roof because they tried to keep it at 3,000 pounds, which they did, but that took the heavy plywood out of the roof. So just check the roof to be sure it hasn't been abused. You'll be in good shape.
If you aren't nearby, there's a way to hire mobile inspectors to go inspect it for you. Obviously, they're going to charge you money, but you can go online. There's resources. So if you're interested, you can have it looked at, even in your absence.
I actually love that trailer. Nobody is disappointed with a 1575.
Love the RPod 153. Hold on. Oh, God. Now
Yay,
the
they're
comments
talking
are
to
coming.
us.
You're back!
I love the RPod 153, but a little more than I wanted to pay. Thank you for the advice about the Lance. Older does scare me a little. Yep.
Yeah.
Understood. We
Just
get
check it out.
What are your
If
thoughts?
you look at it, a 2014 is all 8-year-old camper.
Yeah.
9-year-old camper at this point because 23s are out. So it's not new. So you just need to be careful with anything that old.
What are your thoughts on the Mammoth Overland trailer? Okay, so I don't know Mammoth all that well, but the Overland trailer community and builders, they're all pretty small, pretty regional, pretty boutique. They're all working with small teams out of their garages or a small space. Most of them are excellent builds. Everything I've run across in that category, they put their efforts into them. But I don't really know Mammoth that well. But I wouldn't doubt it. If I looked it up, I'd go like, yeah, that's par for the course. And par for the course in that area is great.
You know, I haven't seen an Overland trailer that I didn't like.
Right.
Or that I wouldn't endorse.
Right.
They're, like Clint says, they are sturdy. It's a matter of how many amenities you want and what you want to pay.
Yep.
The suspensions vary. You know, if you go all out, it's a pricey trailer. If you want the full kitchen, it's a pricey trailer. If you want big water tanks,
There's a Mammoth.
pricey trailer. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Pretty cool.
yeah,
I like the angles on it.
there really are very few that we've go like, oh, okay, I don't really like that one.
Right.
I can't think of one.
Well, you can't miss what their purpose is and what the priority was in the design.
That's
you
right.
just can't miss it. They just say, this is what I am, and you go, yep, that's what you are. Thanks for being that.
Yeah. And it probably works really well.
Astral George, we personally love the walkthroughs.
Yay.
You should walk through more things. Okay. Eileen Rich, this season is late. Yes, session. Yes, I did definitely make a typo. It was
You're
a
being
misstroke.
called out on it.
Misstroke of a finger. Let me see which 5.
Clint
8.
gets going really quickly.
it
He does
literally
everything
was-
really fast.
I crossed my left and right hands in my brain, and I went up with this versus that. Sorry. Okay. Christian says, well, I was typing.
Okay.
This finger reached for the 5, this one for the 8. I went 5 by accident. Okay.
I have a 2019 RPod. I want to put in a front window so I can have a panoramic view from my bed looking at the beautiful Rocky Mountains. Is there anyone out there who does work on trailers?
You're not
putting
going.
in windows, y'all.
Yeah, that's just hard. Here's
What
the
is
deal.
it that she has?
A 2019 RPod.
Here's the deal. You can find someone to do work, but it's not going to be at a service center for work like that. You're going to find some handyman. And
Well,
they're
it
going to
becomes
figure
a
it out
rebuild.
as they go, because it is a rebuild of the front cap, like we talked about before. That front cap was not designed for windows, so they have to do the whole, from top to bottom, left to right front cap, rebuild it, reframe it. You're probably not going to end up with the same color on the front.
So does she tell us the model?
Yeah, no, but it's a 2019.
So depending on what model it is, it might be the full fiberglass front to back and not have a cap on it. So if that's the case, it's a little easier, but it's not flat.
Yeah, so
And
you're
if
gonna
it's
have to
not
source
flat
that glass.
where you want a window, just don't even bother. You'll never make it not leak, and I don't think you can make it, because it has to have the same curve in it. And a lot of those companies, those windshields or the glass on the front that do the really cool stuff, I mean, those are special made. They're not,
Right.
they are not grab a piece of glass and throw it in there.
Yeah.
So I don't
get
know.
I get the desire for it, but it's going to be a
It's
hard
not a good fix.
pathway. And on an R pod, it would probably in this season be worth, if that's really important to you, to trade in, to sell that, and get the trailer that was designed with that feature.
Yeah, it is not like adding a bigger window in your bedroom or something, in your house.
Yeah. James, are the 2023 Mantis out yet, and cost?
I'm looking it up.
Are the 2023s out yet?
Last year they did not change to 2022s until the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that has changed this year or not.
Let me look.
Don't know that
They were talking about bringing it forward. I should know, and I don't.
Yeah.
But we'll look it up and try to figure that out for you.
Nope.
Not yet.
2022. We're still in 2022.
Yeah, it may be the end of the year before they make the switch. They do their own thing, as you know.
Yep.
So if it's 2022, then it's 2022.
Christian says it's 2019 RPod 180.
The 180, I think the 180 still has the fiberglass wrap on it.
So someone could get in there, but the problem is sourcing that glass.
And
that
you have to make
matches
sure
the
there's no
curvature.
curve on the wall.
And if you're trying to use the glass from the models that now have glass, it's not likely to be the same curvature.
So is there enough flat spot there to make that work? Because you'd need a flat window. I don't know. Check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
All right.
Ooh.
All right. So I'm at the bottom of the comments at the moment. You guys can change that. You can add more. It's perfectly fine.
But it's all good questions. This is the time of year that everything starts shifting.
Mm-hmm.
New models start coming out. They come out at all different times.
Yes.
Specs start changing. Prices change. We're all trying to figure out exactly where we are. So this is the season for that.
Yeah. So we had an experience today where one of our extremely excited customers was like, I want to enjoy this experience, and needed a margarita delivered to her here while doing paperwork and all that, and talking to people, going through the parts walk and all that, and she was having a blast, absolute blast. My question is, would a margarita machine be a good idea for
I am getting blindsided
for
here.
a delivery experience at an RV dealership? Would that fly? Is this a worthwhile business expense?
We are talking Williamson County, where
Especially for the people who have never towed before and they're already nervous. Just
Yeah.
drink a margarita
Yeah.
and now pull a trailer.
Well, we'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, all right, are you the only driver? Do you have a designated tow driver?
Well,
I
if
don't
there's
know.
two people picking up a trailer.
so then we have to police designated drivers.
Okay, you know what? Maybe not for the customers. Maybe just for the employees.
Maybe
Now
we
we're
just
getting
need a
somewhere.
margarita machine.
Now we're getting
All right.
somewhere.
Margaret says, we really like your videos. Yes, do more of them. And also adds to that, of course, I want red wine.
We'll just have a full bar. Pick up
We
your
used to
trailer.
have
And
happy
someone to
hours.
staff it.
Before the pandemic, we used to have happy hours here. Once a month, we'd open up the wine fridge and the beer fridge.
We have a
and
wine fridge.
Well, we did. It was full of
Yeah,
wine and beer.
I opened the fridge
and
and-
people would come in and we would do trainings on maintenance or outdoor cooking or anything. I mean, we had
First
all kinds
aid.
Yeah, that was a neat thing that we could
That
bring
was
in,
fun, yeah.
whether ourselves to speak to something or to bring in a professional and have our local camping community get together and
Yeah.
round table about it and talk.
But I don't know. What's the liability of feeding our customers margaritas?
Um,
They're adults.
Okay, Terry says,
PJ, you always do such a great job on your walkthroughs. I have seen others on the same RV and they overlook details that you include.
Oh,
Hope
thank
you're
you.
enjoying your Terra Oasis. And then a face that looks like this.
I am enjoying my Terra Oasis. I love it, and yeah, we now finally have more trailers coming in that we can video. You know, for a year and a half, we hardly had anything to video that we haven't done. Nobody was making any changes, so I'm excited. We need to ramp this up. We now have trailers, and they're starting to make some changes. So it makes sense to do more videos.
it does make
I
sense.
love doing it because all I get to do is go out there and yammer for an hour or two, which I'm really good at. I can talk to a fence post. And then Clint has to take a few days to turn it into something useful for you guys. So this is the real hero here, and it's easy for me. It is much more work for Clint. So y'all bug Clint about getting those walkthrough videos out because I can talk
it's
anytime.
it's totally a team. I don't know of anyone else at my disposal who could do the in front of camera work as smoothly.
Well-
And we have to logistically just line up.
You know-
if it's a team, the team needs to be able to accomplish it together. Sometimes I'm not available. Sometimes her work schedule means meetings. So we're going to work that out. It's just been a different season. We're going to get back to into
But
it.
you know, a few weeks ago, we put together a video series for a manufacturer, and you know, we flew up there and we just go to work. And at the end, it was interesting. They said it's so interesting to watch because we've done it so long that we don't even talk about the next thing.
No, we just go.
He already knows what I'm thinking, and I know where he's going to go.
Well, that's
and
just
I
adorable,
just
guys.
know
I
how
feel adorable
he
when I'm
wants
doing
it to go, and he
I
knows
feel
what I'm
pretty.
capable of. So it's so easy.
Eileen, I prefer PJ's walkthroughs over all other video walkthroughs.
Thank you.
Now that's a window. Terra Oasis, you're right. Yep.
That's a window.
Terry,
That's a
hurry-
window.
Terry,
Hurry up,
Clint.
Clint.
Okay.
There you go. Keep it coming. Just, it's Clint at princesscraft.com. Y'all just send him
Wow.
an email every day harassing him.
Fair enough. Hey, it is rewarding when we do finally have those videos ready to upload. That is a rewarding feeling. So it's just a lot of work getting there.
Yeah, well, it's part of what we do. We love doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing it. I don't know about him.
I have my
He loves it
moments.
when it's done.
I have my
He
moments.
feels adorable when he does it.
Oh, so
Hey,
pretty.
but you just bought a new piece of equipment that should be here today that'll make it faster.
Yeah,
Right?
I got
Right?
an update on shipment.
So, hey, no.
It's still in California.
Is it a wheel?
No,
Oh.
no.
We started last year because of changes in how things are rated. We started filming in 4K,
Yeah, yeah.
basically. And so it makes it a lot tougher to process it.
Yeah, the computer is like, oh, this is a heavy load. Stop it. And I'm like, I can't.
So I finally this week said, okay, quit whining, just order more stuff.
You got a new computer?
No,
Oh.
no.
I'm so confused. What did you buy?
I don't know
It's-
what
it's
it
an
is.
It's an external graphics processing unit.
Boring.
Okay,
Yeah,
moving
we
on.
knew it was boring, but he got new gear.
Plus, you camp. When we visited the RPod factory several years ago, nobody in the factory was a camper. Well,
Right? Right. Just hammer on that, everybody. The three of us camp, and we like it.
I'd like to do it more.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to figure out
Absolutely.
how to work part-time and camp the rest.
Yeah.
Haven't gotten there yet.
So, and what's funny is there have been instances where PJ's gone out camping and she's been recognized. So,
Oh, gosh.
if you're out there camping, you may one day find in your campground
PJ in the wild.
a PJ in the wild. It
Yeah.
has happened.
Sorry. It has happened.
No, they loved it. And
I
they still
infringe
send you
on
messages.
everyone's campsite when they say hi.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Very good. So I think that brings us to the end because I know that you have work waiting for you. I don't really want to rush her out of here, but I
He's blaming it on you.
pulled her away from
I see
some
that.
stuff.
I'm totally getting that.
Well-
Lindsay has work to do, guys. I'm the princess. she has stuff to
It's
do.
true.
What happened to the new Camp Avia?
Oh, shots fired.
We have a used one for sale. Do you want one?
Yeah, actually, I think we have two, don't we?
Here.
We have one, but we
Okay.
could have two.
Before we go, that was a well-built trailer.
Well, it's a
If
new
you
camp.
find
of course
one,
it is.
it is a sturdy build. It just was kind of long, narrow, and maybe not laid out for most people. But I would take that trailer any day.
Me too.
If
Yes, I
it's a
agree. And
great trailer.
if you want windows, oh my gosh,
It's true.
Windows, that has got the terabeat hands down for Windows.
Don't call it a Avia.
An Avia,
Avia.
the Avia.
Avaya.
You're obviously saying it wrong.
But that trailer, I think, has been discussed to be changed up a bit. But the problems with it was that it was narrow, and they built it narrow so it would tow easily.
That's right.
But it just needs more width.
Yep.
It just needed more width. The sliding bathroom, the sliding shower wall, and bathroom wall was worrisome to a lot of
It
people.
was worrisome. It worked. It was just worrisome.
There was a couple of things on it that just weren't exactly how it needed to be, and it was a 28-foot no slide, and it just didn't get a good jump off point.
Yep.
You know,
They can't all be bangers, y'all.
it just didn't jump off quite right. But I think it's a good concept. I have been hammering on them to bring it back, but not yet.
All right. How
Hold
long?
on.
How long is it, real quick?
Hold on,
And how
Margaret.
much is it? So Lindsay's going to
it's
look
28
up.
feet long. I don't know how much. a
Lindsay's
used
going to
one
look
is.
up the price on that used one.
It may not be priced yet because I'm
just showed
not
up?
sure it's gone through checkout.
Okay.
So it may not be priced yet. But you can always call us.
Call Lindsay directly.
Yeah. Call and ask for
Ask for-
Lindsay.
ask for Lindsay.
She'll figure out a price for you. Because we love those obvious.
Yeah. If you have your closed caption turned on, call her directly. It's 512. Hey, Craig. It's 512-251-4536, and ask for Lindsay.
Yes. So,
It's 54,988.
54,988.
There you go.
For the Avia.
But you can still call me if you want to.
Yep.
she'll send you pictures. There you go.
Okay.
This was so much fun.
Yeah.
Will you guys all come back next week? This is fun.
We're good, Craig. We're good. Thanks for asking. Thanks for being here.
We're all doing good, and now we have to go back to work, I guess.
Yep.
Next Friday, 12:30.
Right
Be there.
here. Okay,
There,
everybody.
right here.
Be here.
You two go to work, and I'll
Take
do
a
what I
nap.
do.
Bye.
Bye, guys.